93 cents. That is about, I don't know, 40 pounds from 0 to full on a car this size. 40 pounds, almost $50. That's insane. In the UK, it is at least double that for the same type of car, same size. It's insanely cheaper here.
I did it! Oh, I can't believe I did it. It was so stressful.
One of the big things that we love about America is the big trucks. Look at that truck behind us.
The monster truck. It looks like Transformers trucks. You don't get that in the UK. Nothing like that.
That looks like Optimus Prime, man. That is one of the coolest trucks I've ever seen.
Let me zoom in.
Whoa.
They look so
Look at
cool.
all of them, man. They are incredibly
Look at that
big.
one.
I genuinely saw a drive-through pharmacy last week. A pharmacy, how insane is that? You get your prescription, you don't even leave the car, you drive through, you get your aspirin or whatever you need and go home. You don't even leave the car. Drive-through ATM, mind blown. Now the obvious caveat to this.
5 people, 4 countries, all of them just tried to drive here.
We're at buc-ees. Let's see the price. Oh, I'm about 4 mile away from the actual thing. Just going to report back, $3.77 per gallon. Pretty good. There's $100 of pure gasoline right there.
Nashville. And it's incredible. I mean, just the size. This is the thing about cars in America and vehicles in America, these trucks. Look at the height of this. This is huge. We don't have anything like that in the UK. It's very impressive. 6.2 litres, high country. This is top of the range. And I'm very excited to be going on a road trip with this. Look at the size of the wheels, and I need to show you something because this is almost too high for me to get in. There's a secret though.
Every one of them learned to drive somewhere else.
And if you're an expat or whatever, but you know, you're not supposed to, well, it's actually illegal to go past a school bus when it's stopped. And they have these little arms that come out this way and that way, and it's illegal. You have to stop on either side of the road. It's not just behind the bus.
This. 4 cars reach an intersection oder eine Kreuzung. Everyone stops and then stares. No signs telling you who goes, no light, just a 4-way vibe check. If you learn to drive in Germany, you're waiting for a clear priority sign. Turning right on red, legal in 49 states after a full stop. Germany usually 18 years old. In many US states, a learner's permit at 15.
A vibe check, and that number you just heard, it's wrong. Stay with me.
From Britain. Well, surprisingly, the measure was adopted in the United States as an energy-saving measure. Following the 1973 energy crisis, several eastern US states followed the example of California by permitting turns on red in an effort to reduce idling at stoplights. This effort was bolstered further in 1975 when the Energy Policy and Conservation Act urged every state to permit turns on red or be denied federal assistance. In 2024, turns on red are generally the legal default throughout the land.
It really depends on the state, but you can usually turn right on red at a traffic light unless there's a sign that otherwise says so.
That was interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because when we arrived, I thought you were about to run, or you were running red lights a couple of times.
Yeah, I made a full stop like I'm supposed to and looked, there's no traffic. And then he was like, why are you going?
Like, it's red, it's red.
What are you doing? And I'm like, I know it's red, like calm down. Because in Germany it's different, right?
Yeah.
Every complaint in this video comes from the same place, and it isn't bad driving. American roads weren't designed around the driver. They were designed around distance, the idea that you should get anywhere, right now, without asking anyone. Every rule that confuses these people is that one sentence, wearing a different hat. And at the end, there's a cost none of them mention.
Oh my gosh.
Right now.
I feel like I'm breaking a bunch of laws. Can I go now?
Yeah.
Oh, but there's a cop.
No, you're good, you're good. You got the right of way because you got to the stop sign first. Oh, yes! You're a natural, babe! Do you want to back in?
What does that mean?
4-way stops are first come, first go. 4-way stops look intimidating until you understand how they work. You'll see stop signs on all 4 sides of the junction. Everyone must stop. Not slow down, a proper stop. Then, whoever arrives first, goes first. If 2 cars arrive at the same time, the car on the right goes first. And the biggest mistake Brits make here is hesitation. If you hesitate, people get angry, confused. Floridian drivers expect you to go when it's your turn. If you sit there too long, beeping starts and they go round you. We've had it happen to us before.
All keep going, but we didn't want to get any points, did we, on our license?
No. Right, next one on the list, school buses. Now I think this is a great thing about America.
Here's the thing, the school bus stops in the middle of the road and everybody's got to stop. Oncoming cars have got to stop. We've all got to stop.
Yeah, we didn't know that, did we?
So the kids can...
So you see the car on the other side of the street there, stops, let the kid cross.
That's really good.
So you've got to stop both sides of traffic. And then the lights stop flashing and you can go, I think. I love the school buses. They're really iconic.
But that must keep the school kids safer.
Yeah.
So that was we quite enjoyed. I didn't mind, stop signs I had a bit of a whinge about.
And a bit. If you see a school bus that is stopping, that is the highest crime you can commit. Like if you see a school bus in front of you and it has stopped and children are coming out, so it stops, it has all these red lights flashing, and then the stop sign comes out. You are supposed to stop. You are not supposed to move in either direction. So those cars in front of the bus on the other side, they are not supposed to be moving if the bus has stopped. Any vehicle behind the bus is not supposed to move.
So it was never about being reckless. It was about not burning fuel at an empty light. Now, that number from the top of the video. The Germans said 49 states. It's 50. All 50 allow it, as long as you come to a full stop first. And the Brit you just heard says Washington, D.C. is about to ban it. It already did, January 2025. But look at what the rule actually assumes, that a driver stopped at an empty intersection is an adult who can look left.
Today's big question, why are American school buses yellow? Growing up in England, I genuinely used to think this was a trope of the movies. But after moving to the United States, it became clear that mustard-coloured school buses were the norm. It turns out this look owed much to one man, Dr. Frank Sear.
I'm a Brit living in America. Answer me this, is this the most American truck somebody could own? Check this out. So this is an early Ford Super Duty with a 12-valve.
Impressive, and it makes quite a noise. I've seen cars like that in Florida quite a lot, and as somebody from Scotland, we don't have cars like that, so it's always a bit of a shock and quite exciting. Something unique, definitely for America.
Walking along the classic American suburban sidewalks here. Look at this truck. That is a truck and a half, that, isn't it? Look at that. 2 wheels, feet long. What is it? Loads of wheels, 6-wheel truck. Crikey. This is what you think of when you think about, I don't know, the South, when you think about neighborhood.
Most of the time, we don't really use, because we have great public transport system that we're gonna talk about in the upcoming future episodes if you're curious about that. But just car sizes is something that when we from Europe first go to US, we're just like, what? Crazy. I mean, once you're in US, you kind of get used to it that everybody drives an F-150 truck, which is the most sold car in US. But just yesterday, me and Hansa were walking on the street and we saw F-150 truck parked, by the way, on a sidewalk. And when you see it compared to cars that we drive, it's just crazy. You just don't understand it. And the guy who parked there, he wasn't hauling like a tree or a house or a boat. He was just like, oh, hey, let me get a cup of coffee here. I'll just park my truck here on the sidewalk. And he's a Czech schmuck. He's like, look at me driving a big American
minivan, pickup truck, minivan, pickup truck, pickup truck, pickup truck, minivan, SUV, SUV, pickup, 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 minivan, pickup, pickup, a Jeep. Pickup, another Jeep, and a pickup. Pickup truck, SUV, pickup truck, SUV, pickup truck, SUV.
All right, here's where I stop defending us. The trucks are ridiculous. Most of them have never carried anything heavier than a bag of soil. But look at what he's standing on. The lane was poured that wide, the sidewalk was laid that wide, the road was built that wide. Before any of these existed, the truck didn't stretch the country. The country had the room, and something grew into it.
Things that shocked us when we drove for the first time. Number one being the size of everything. The roads are wide, the lanes are wide, and the junctions are huge. At first it feels overwhelming, but very quickly you realise it makes driving easier, not harder. Just remember to drive on the right-hand side of the right side of the road, as in they drive on the right.
But we worked it out, didn't we? Just drive in here. Big car parking spaces, because like in this car I feel like I'm miles over the line. Every time we get out we're in the lines, aren't we?
Yeah, because your car feels it, doesn't it?
Because the car just feels massive, but the spaces are massive.
Good myself.
It's massive if you enjoy this driving. That was a little bit of us driving. It's not too long.
I'm fine when I parked the car. I looked by the top parking spaces. I remember parking at one of the parking lots at the back, but it's not there. I've been walking and walking and walking, so right now I'm just walking straight down to almost like the entrance, which is a long ass street.
Definitely astounded by how many drive-thrus there are, and it's not just fast food. Some restaurants even have it. You can get coffee, even money, like literally bank drive-thrus. You can just get some cash out and not even step out of your car. Like what? And when I first saw a pharmacy drive-thru, I was so shocked, because this is like probably the most important one. When you're sick, you don't feel good, you don't want to go out and do all of this motion. This is super life-changing. I really wish we had those in Russia. Still, to me, all of this feels like something from the future. But that's not the only thing Americans do differently.
And right now it's like 20 something degrees, so it's freezing. Let's say I have to go to a pharmacy. I just have to stay in my warmer car, not freeze getting out of the car, parking, walking inside, and then walking back outside. Turn on the car, that in the 5 minutes you've been gone, froze. No, you just stay in the car, you drive, you get the stuff, gone.
She lost her car in a parking lot the size of a village. That's the joke. Here's the part that isn't. The next one isn't a law, it's a habit, and she's about to explain it better than I can.
The car mart, they do a thorough wash and cleaning, vacuum, interior, exterior, polish, shine, you name it. When I come here, you do a drive-through car wash, like literally, yeah, you drive through and you get the, the basic and, the niceness, and this is about like $25. Thereafter, you go around, you park.
Have got up to, I don't even know what we need. Oh, sorry. All right, I've got us a trolley.
At a gas station, you can get a full-on trolley and do a shop.
So much stuff in here. We're making our way to the food. I've seen where the food is.
Hey. They do the beaver nugget candles. Beaver nugget candles? Perfect. Beaver nugget candle, then we'll get him some food. Also, here's the thing about buc-ees, right? You forget you're in a gas station. You think you're in like a shopping mall or something, and then it clicks. Hold on a minute, this is a petrol station. Yeah, weird. Blows your mind.
We're nearly halfway. Right, we've got, okay. Relax, Jace, relax.
And having visited several buc-ees locations in Texas, I consider myself something of a veteran now. If you take a gas station and mix it with Disney World, wrap all of that around a gift shop, then that's probably the best way I can describe what buc-ees is all about. Imagine being a grown adult like we are.
You've surprised me again. And I just want to talk about this. I'm here filling fuel up, and I've got a TV screen. I've got a TV screen on my pump. And it's playing Netflix adverts, Summer of Drive adverts.
buc-ees is not alone, right? That is like an incredible, mind-blowing place. Each gas station will have maybe 400 or 500 pumps. Bizarre, right? But there's also other massive ones, like Love's, for example, in different parts of America, and they're all kind of outrageous and amazing. I love them. Let me know, what's your favorite gas station chain in America? I'd love to know and I'd love to visit.
It stopped being a gas station decades ago. It's a rest stop for a country where the next town is 2 hours away, and the one after that is 3. It isn't showing off. It's the distance again.
Is the American gas stations are a different colour pump than we have in England. And what I mean by that is that in America, your green pump is diesel, your gas pump is black handled pump, In the UK, that is the other way around. If you want gasoline, you go to the green pump. If you want diesel, you go to the black. So yeah, I've been here 4 months, but still have to remind myself and just double check what I'm putting into my truck.
Everybody's going to have to do if they're going to get a car in America and drive, is they're going to have to fill it up with fuel. And there are some distinct differences when you're filling a car in the USA than they are to the UK. So first of all, you can't just go to a petrol station and put the petrol in and then go to the booth and then pay for it. It doesn't work like that over here. You have to prepay either on a credit card, or you've got to take your cash in and tell them how much you want to dispense. They then lock the pump, so you can't actually over dispense on that. That's a little bit different, but it actually works out pretty good, because if you know you want to spend $40 on petrol, the pump stops at $40.
You don't go over, you don't have to think about it, you just press it on and just wait for it to finish.
Yeah. The other big difference over here as well is the petrol pump colours are the opposite way to the UK.
$50 and only use 40 because it will automatically be credited back to you. So out here you don't have to hold the hose because there's a little pin you can push in, which means your hands are free and you can walk around and use the windscreen washer at every place.
Okay, the thing I said I'd come back to. Everything in this video, the wide lane, the pharmacy window, the truck that fits nowhere else on earth, every single one of them assumes something, that you have a car. Watch what happens when you don't.
Yes. People are so nice. I love that about the US. Another cultural shock that I experienced are the cars. All the infrastructure is centered around cars. So, in Europe, it would be really easy to take a bus or a train somewhere. In the US, it's like, you got a pickup truck or you have nothing at all. You take your pickup truck, even though you're not hauling anything, most likely in your pickup truck, and you go to a drive-through restaurant, drive-through cafe, drive-through shop, drive-through ATM. I swear there's probably not a single drive-through ATM in all of Europe. The point is, it is a very car-centric culture. So without a car, it's kind of hard to get around, which is a major inconvenience if you don't drive. Also, I feel like in some of the places that I've been to in the United States, the concept of a pedestrian doesn't really exist because there's no sidewalks, pavements. I don't know what you call them in this.
A friend's home. You are not exercising, you are just trying to buy bread. In America, you can sometimes see the store from where you are standing, but still need to drive there. The building is right there, but between you and that building are 6 lanes of traffic, 2 giant parking lots, and no sidewalks. America says, you see that place across the street? Heck yes, next. We are driving. Americans have turned the car into a second home. Coffee, snacks, extra clothes, chargers.
In Germany, I could go from Hamburg to München in one day without touching the steering wheel at all. Living here in the USA, in Georgia in specific, I can't even get to Walmart without starting the car. How is this gap this massive? Same planet, totally.
Why don't I bike instead? Well, here's why. Yeah, this passes as a bike lane. And so does this. Okay, never mind. How about I take a bus or something? Just kidding. You really think American suburbs have public transit? Okay, anyway, so I'll just walk there. So this suburb doesn't even have sidewalks on most of the streets, which is just hilarious. I mean, why would you actually want to live somewhere that doesn't even have sidewalks? I'm not taking any chances on the street versus the Dodge Rams and the Ford F-150s, because I'll lose. So here's the so-called quiet and peaceful suburban experience, where there's always noisy and smelly cars driving by you, and you're the only pedestrian for miles.
Speaking of pedestrians, they have the right of way out here. In England, the person walking will have to wait for cars to pass. But here, the car always stops. Hopefully that'll stop people throwing things at your rental car too.
And here's the trade. Step onto a crossing here and the traffic stops. The law is completely on your side, but there's nowhere to walk to. We handed the pedestrian the right of way, and then we quietly removed all the pedestrians.
In car-only suburbs, losing your license can mean losing your freedom completely. And then, of course, the time. In a train culture, commuting time is usable time. In traffic, it's just wasted time. There are some wins in the US, though, unfortunately only in bigger cities. New York, DC, San Francisco, dense, frequent networks that genuinely compete with cars. Bus, rapid transit, dedicated lanes, simple stations and fast headways. Cleveland showed it can transform a corridor completely. On-demand microtransit, small shuttles replacing empty buses. Some towns are nailing this. Light rail expansion, commuter rail revivals, slow. Yes, but it's real.
Driver's license. But today I finally got around to doing my American test, my Utah test. It was a little different than I thought it was going to be, honestly. Like, it's not that bad, pretty easy. It's an open book exam, 25 questions as I'm transferring from a different country, same as if you was transferring from a different state. Open book, 25 multiple choice questions, very different to the UK.
Everybody out of the car can feel like organizing an international summit. So yes, I have caught myself doing it too. First, you are a Ukrainian judging everyone for driving 2 minutes. Then, years later, you move your car to the other side of the parking lot. America did not just give me a driver's license, it gave my legs early retirement. What about you? Would you drive somewhere that is only a 10-minute walk away?
So, we drive tanks, we turn on red to save fuel, we pick up our prescriptions through a window, and we built a place where losing your license means losing your life. All of it true. All of it the same sentence. Go anywhere, right now, without asking. Most of the world built cities you can live in without a car. We built the distance first, and then we built a machine to beat it. Freedom or trap. It's both. It was always going to be both.
I did it! Oh, I can't believe I did it. It was so stressful.